Hey, how you doing? Ryan here from Interactive Garage. Today we're going to go over a subject that we've been working on for a long time, which is the labor, the ability for you to put the labor times into your interactive garage. Now, we've had this ability for a long time, but you had to individually go in and SKU by SKU put what labor time that you wanted to have show up on your interactive garage. So a lot of you have been asking, why don't we do something that is more like a bulk? I want to put one labor time that goes across all the different categories. So we've been working on this for a long time, and I think we have something that is going to be acceptable. But I'm not going to say it's perfect, and this is why I've kind of fought it internally, as well as anytime any of you have called me or emailed me, I try to explain across the board why I still don't think this is going to be perfect for everything, but I think it'll get the ball rolling in a lot of categories that you will be able to use the bulk installation of this, but you'll still have to go in and modify. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to come over to into the admin screen here, so you all have your admin access. And under the labor category, what you're going to see, and this is live, so what you're going to see is the ability to put labor hours by category. So one of my favorite ones that I always talk to people about are, let's say, running boards. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to running boards here. So just filter out everything else but running boards. And as you see here, nothing has been signed to current bulk labor. No products have been signed anything custom, but we've got 2,173 SKUs of running boards with Inside Interactive Garage. So up here I've put my labor time of $100 per hour, and I made sure it was enabled here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to edit this category time, and I'm going to put that to do running boards and steps as a whole category is going to be 2.5 hours. And then right here it says apply to all products in the category or apply to all products but custom. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click this one, all but custom. So again, let me go through this. I'm going to kind of bounce back and forth and take some time just because I know a lot of you are going to have questions on this. I'm going to try to answer them all right here in this video. So here's why we've fought this internally for quite some time. Not all running boards, not all grill guards, not all tonneau covers. You can go across all of our top A-line categories and say not all are created equal. So what I mean by this are, let's say in this running boards and steps. So they're body mounted running boards. They're frame mounted that you have to weld on running boards. There are boards that have, the ability to hook up to the electric side. So let's say the amp drop step board. So those are going to be a lot different in your install time than, let's say, just a simple, unmount 3 body bolts, body mounting bolts, and put it up there. So this is where, when I showed you that button there that said apply to all but custom, I'm going to go in and show you why on that. So we're back to this page. So now you've seen that the 2,000 go away, the SKU count goes away because products not assigned labor time. So now we've assigned everything a labor time in this category. So I'm going to bounce back out into the manufacturers, and I'm going to do the example of my AMP research. So I'm going to manage my AMP research products. So if I go down here and do this by running boards and steps, and then I can even go down and filter even farther and do this search or actually sort by bed step. Now, as I was saying earlier, bed steps might be one thing, but what we're talking about here are running boards. And again, saying that not all steps are created equal, we know that when we go down to this power step, that this power step is going to be more time consuming for your team to put on. So you can come in here and, again, I just sorted by this. If you wanted to go manufacturer by manufacturer, you can also sort over here to say, let's just focus on Chevrolets today. knock this out of one day at a time. And I'm going to go in and say, okay, so here's my first power step. I'm going to come in here, and instead of 2.5, which is what we did in the bulk, this is going to be a 4.25. Save change. And I can go down the list here and keep going. So I can go power step number 2, 4.25. I think you guys get the point. And the point is going to be that now, when I go back into labor, and I can either filter by running boards, I'm going to filter by running boards. And now I'm going to see that there are 2 products that have custom labor time. So the side of, editing this category and which one of these buttons to hit really comes into play now to say, you know what, 2.5 just isn't even enough, or maybe it's too much if we're talking about the majority other than, let's say the amp steps, and, Trail FX has one of these retractable steps, so does Rough Country. So everything else, actually, I want to bump down even more just to 2 hours. So this is where it says apply to all products but custom, all products in this category. If I hit this button here, then the 2 custom ones that I did will get overwritten. But as long as I click this one here that apply to custom, then the 2 custom ones stay the same. Okay, so, again, I'm going to go through another example of this just to kind of show you the difference of where we think the bulk pricing does help you out to get started, but then you are still going to have to go in and put custom labor times to certain ones. It's a lot less clicks. I mean, think about that. If we were just to take just the amp research steps and maybe a couple others that have that electric option to it to drop something down, or even a weld-on piece, we might have gone from 2,100 SKUs, where now I've got to customize maybe 100 SKUs. So, hey, we just took away 2,000 clicks that you have to do in your program. Another one I think this really applies to is running boards. Tonneau covers. So we're going to go in, we're going to go look at some tonneau covers, and then we're going to come in and edit the category time. I think we can, most of the tonneau covers that we're talking about that don't have the electric option, if you can get 2 hours to get those installed, you're doing pretty good. So again, I'm going to do apply to all products but custom. And then we can bounce into manufacturers. And, one manufacturer in particular I know of is Roll and Lock. So Roll and Lock does have a particular product line that is the A series, and most all of these are the electric one. So again, we can do it by Roll and Lock. We'll actually do this as tonneau covers, so we'll sort there, and then we'll go by product name. So A series tonneau covers, those A series covers. Let's just expand this a little bit farther. So we know that the E series tonneau cover is the electronic one. So the E series one, hey, a good thing is, most of their E series are covered. One application does cover a lot of different, one SKU does cover a lot of different applications. So now on the E series, I can go in here, and again, that one's going to take me a lot longer. That one's probably more like 3.25. So I can just go down here, boom, 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 hit all of these E series ones. And then when I go back into my labor and I look at tonneau covers, you should see one tonneau cover as a custom labor, and then all the other ones. So I've assigned every other product in here a labor time. So yes, this took us some time to do. We had to put a lot of thought behind it. I am not going to sit here and tell you that this is going to fix everything, and you're still not going to have a lot of time spent in your admin customizing this perfectly to what you want, but it can get the ball started. Grill guards and bull bars, right? So in those categories, most grill guards and bull bars do hook to the front, either tow hook or frame horn mounting points, so you can get the ball rolling by putting a basic labor time to that. Wheels and tires, I want to make sure I call out wheels and tires is So, the cool part is you can say, hey, it does cost me more to have a machine that does mount and balance a 22, 24, and 26-inch wheel and tire. So you can put different times on bulk labor on those compared to 17 to 20-inch. But when you do put a time on that, it is per wheel and it is per tire. It's not for the whole package. So if you were to do wheels and tires, which we can go do a sample real quick. If we go down here and do some wheels and tires, so I'm going to do wheels of my example 24. And I know that this costs me more money to have this machine. So when I do this, and again, this is the wheel mounting to the tire. So as long as if the vehicle came, so let me bounce back here. So if the vehicle came with 20-inch wheels already, it means that they have the 20-inch tires to match that wheel. So if the customer just wants to change out wheels, the intelligence that we put inside of Interactive Garage does not make you add a different tire to it. It's when you change from a 20 to a 22 or a 17 to a 20 or however you want to look at that, it says, hey, you opted a different tire or wheel than what comes stock with that vehicle. We spend a lot of time researching on the OE site, which vehicle has which stock size rim and tire, all the way down to which vehicle trim. So the high country Chevy Silverado 1500 is going to have a different wheel size than, let's say, the work truck. That one usually comes with a 17, whereas the high country is coming with 20s, I believe, these days. I would have to look at my notes. But you get the point. So if someone on here says, hey, I'm looking for some 20-inch wheels, I know I've got 20-inch tires already, or vice versa, I'm looking for some 20-inch tires to fit on my stock 20-inch wheels, you do this by each individual wheel. So when you're coming in here and you're doing a wheel, typically if you're going to charge $50 to mount and balance a wheel, a 24-inch wheel, then, or a package of that, you need to break these down, or even more, you're going to have to, really get your calculator out and say, hey, 0.18 of an hour to do one wheel. And then when you apply this into the category, then when you bounce back out into your program, it'll put that on there. So let's go ahead and do an Escalade, because I know those have 24s. Those wheels and tires, wheels 24. We'll look at a black Rhino, and there you go. So this did come with 22s. It's not the same, but then again, it says $18 per wheel times 4, and it puts your labor cost right there. So again, I'm going to end this one here. Feel free to call me. You all have my office line, ryan@interactivegarage.com, if you want to email me, if you have any additional questions on this. But again, this is our best stab at how to do bulk labor, knowing that not all products in each category are created equal. So we hope this really saved a lot of time for you. It's not going to eliminate all the time, but it will definitely save a lot of time starting out in a lot of these categories as the bulk labor. Again, if there's any questions, please feel free to hit me up anytime. And thanks for being an Interactive Garage customer, and we'll talk to you soon.